You were never meant to just read the parables. You were meant to decode them. For 2,000 years, the church has taught us that the stories of Jesus, the prodigal son, the lost sheep, the mustard seed were simple moral lessons for simple people, Sunday school stories about being nice, obeying rules, and waiting for heaven. But what if that was the cover story? What if the parables were actually an encrypted transmission, a spiritual Trojan Horse designed to bypass the religious censors of the first century and plant a seed of radical awakening directly into your subconscious? To you it has been given to know the secrets of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it has not been given. Matthew 30:11, Jesus admitted it himself. He spoke in code. He divided his audience into two groups: the multitude who got the story, and the initiates who got the activation. If you are watching this, something inside you suspects that you belong to the second group. Today, we are going to break the seal. We will look at 7 parables, not through the lens of dogma, but through the lens of Gnosis, direct spiritual knowledge. We will strip away the Sunday school varnish and reveal the terrifying, beautiful truth. These aren't stories about agriculture or economics. They are maps of the human soul. They are blueprints for hacking the matrix of reality. Fair warning. Once you see the code, you cannot unsee it. Let's begin with the master key, the parable of the sower. Jesus said, "Know not this parable. And how then will ye know all parables?" Mark 4:13. This is the cipher. If you miss this one, you miss them all. The standard interpretation tells you it's about evangelism. The seed is the word of God, the Bible, and you need to be a good person so you can believe it. But that is the surface. That is the milk for the babes. Let's get to the meat. The soil is not your moral character. It is your state of consciousness. The path, the unconscious mind, hardened by trauma, repetitive thoughts, and societal programming. Truth bounces off because there is no depth. The rocky ground, the emotional mind. Impulsive, reactive. It gets excited about spirituality for a week, then quits when the dopamine wears off. The thorns, the distracted mind, the anxiety of the matrix. Bills, status, likes, fears. The signal is choked by the noise. The good soil, the Gnostic mind. The awakened state and the seed. It is not a book. It is the monad, the divine spark, the Christ consciousness itself. Jesus is saying, you are the field. You contain all 4 states of consciousness simultaneously. The work of the initiate is not to find God. It is to till the soil, to break up the hard ground of ego, to pull out the thorns of distraction. Because the seed is already there. It doesn't need to be found. It needs to be uncovered. Now, let's go deeper. The parable of the lost coin. A woman loses 1 silver coin. She lights a lamp, sweeps a house, and searches diligently until she finds it. The church says, you are the lost coin. You are a sinner. God is the woman searching for you. But flip the script. In the Gnostic tradition, the divine is within. You are the woman. The house is your mind. The lamp is your awareness. Why did she lose the coin in her own house? Because she hid it there before you incarnated into this 3D reality. You agreed to the veil of forgetfulness. You hid your divinity deep in your subconscious so you could play the game of being human. But now, the game is getting old. You feel the itch, the missing piece. So you light the lamp. You start meditating, questioning, seeking. You sweep the floor. You clear out the trauma, the karma, the lies. And when you find it, notice the reaction. She doesn't give the coin to a priest. She rejoices. Because she is whole again. You are never lost from God. You are just hiding from yourself. The merchant seeking fine pearls. He finds one of great price. He goes and sells everything he has to buy it. This is the most dangerous parable of all, because it demands a sacrifice that modern spirituality is terrified to mention. Selling everything doesn't mean selling your house or your car. It means selling your identity. The pearl is the realization of oneness, the non-dual awareness, the I am, To possess it, you must give up the little self. You must stop being the victim of your story. You must stop identifying with your wounds, your political party, your job title. The merchant didn't buy the pearl to add it to his collection. He bought it to become it. In the ancient world, pearls were created by an irritant entering an oyster. The oyster coats it in nacre to heal the wound. Your awakening is the same. Your suffering the irritant forced you to create the pearl. You are not the person seeking the pearl. You are the pearl. Let both grow together until the harvest. Matthew 13:30. This is the parable of the wheat and the tears. Esoteric religion loves this one. The wheat are the Christians. The tears are the sinners. Wait until Judgment Day, and God will burn the bad guys. It's a revenge fantasy, but look closer. Jesus says, don't pull up the weeds yet, or you will uproot the wheat with them. Why? Because their roots are entangled. This is a lesson in shadow integration. The tears are your negative traits, your fear, your anger, your jealousy. The wheat is your positive traits. If you try to violently rip out your ego, your shadow, or your humanity before you are ready, you damage your soul. You've become a spiritual robot, bypassing your human experience. Jesus is saying, be patient with yourself. Let the process unfold. Don't suppress your darkness. Witness it. Let it grow until the harvest, the moment of maturity, where you can easily distinguish between the ego and the spirit, and gently separate them without violence. The enemy who sowed them. It wasn't the devil. It was the necessary duality of this dimension. You needed the contrast to wake up. No one lights a lamp and puts it under a basket. This isn't about preaching on street corners. The basket or bushel is the mask of social conformity. It is the persona you constructed to be loved, to be safe, to fit in. I'm just a quiet person. I'm not spiritual. I'm just normal. That is the basket, and it is suffocating your soul. Jesus is issuing a challenge. Authenticity. When you wake up, you become a frequency tower. You radiate a vibration that changes the room. Some people won't like it. The light hurts eyes that are used to the dark. But you didn't light the lamp for yourself. You lit it so those in the house may see. Your awakening is a public service, not by what you say, but by what you are. Finally, the wise and foolish builders. We are living through this parable right now. Look at the world, economic systems, political systems, religious institutions. They are shaking. They are cracking. Why? Because they were built on sand, on external authority, on fear, on control. And you? What is your house built on? If your peace depends on your bank account, it is built on sand. If your self-worth depends on people liking you, it is built on sand. The rock is the Gnosis, the direct, experiential knowing of your divine nature. When you know what you are, nothing can knock you down. You can lose the job, the relationship, the reputation, and the house stands, because the foundation is internal. The storm is not a punishment. The storm is a stress test. It is revealing what is real and what is illusion. Jesus didn't speak to hide the truth. He spoke to hide it for you, until you were ready to find it. These parables are time. They have sat in the collective consciousness for 2,000 years, waiting for the moment when humanity would be ready to decode them. That moment is now. You are the soil. You are the merchant. You are the rock. The code has been broken. The transmission is received. Now, the only question is, what will you build? If this transmission activated something in you, confirm it. Write I am the parable in the comments. Signal to the others that you are awake. And if you want to go deeper into the forbidden teachings of the Gnostics, click the video to the right. The rabbit hole goes much deeper.